So when will Southeast even have lion's share in any particular project? Mr. President, if this is an omission, it is an expensive omission. The Southeast cannot continually to be treated the way Nigeria is treating the Southeast. Let me give you an instance. Out of the dams that were listed here on the Southeast, Evo Dam was last funded about 12 years ago with a 5 billion naira spent on it, and it has been abandoned by Nigeria for the last 12 years. I had written 3 letters to the Ministry of Water Resources. We have done everything possible to see if they can bring up Evo Dam, and here a zone is allocated 66 billion, and the entire South is at 0. What kind of omission is that?
Mr. President, I think we should be very mindful of commenting on the infrastructure renewed hope project, because we should see it holistically. This is just a segment of the renewed hope agenda on the infrastructure. We have a road infrastructure, we have power infrastructure, we have other, let me learn, please. Yes. Mr. President, I have the floor, and let me
you are protected.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. President. So in doing this, we should consider what has been allocated in the other sectors. I'm not saying that the Southeast should be excluded. No, on the contrary, they should also be included, but we have to bear in mind what the whole infrastructure project are all about. Development of the whole country, irrespective of the state and zone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, of recent, there was a release of over 1.3 trillion naira. And the Southwest had the lion's share. And I believe if you go deep into it, if you check the ministry's budget, you will see some balancing. And this thing is just being released gradually.
Thank you for the guidance.
So we shouldn't jump into conclusions.
Thank you for the guidance.
We shouldn't just jump into conclusions.
Thank you,
that
Mr.
is
President.
Imbalance, that is sidelining. Rather, we should wait till we get the true picture. Thank you very much.
I'll be brief. From what, with due respect to Senator Lero, who said lion's share to the Southwest, when will Southeast even have lion's share in any particular project? Mr. President, if this is an omission, it is an expensive omission. The Southeast cannot continually to be treated the way Nigeria is treating the Southeast. Let me give you an instance. Out of the dams that were listed here on the Southeast, Evo Dam was last funded about 12 years ago with a 5 billion naira spent on it, and it has been abandoned by Nigeria for the last 12 years. I had written 3 letters to the Ministry of Water Resources. We have done everything possible to see if they can bring up Evo Dam, and here a zone is allocated 66 billion, and the entire South is at 0. What kind of omission is that, Mr. President?
Thank you.
We should be treated better than this, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator.
Mr. President.
Yes. Senator Aliyu.
My dear colleagues, Mr. President, a very ordinary person. Mr. President, in support of what Alero has just observed, I want to also point out that look at the prayer of the move of this motion, asking for 380 billion, which is bigger put together than all other applications and all sorts. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's be guided by common sense and reasoning. Thank you. I do also.
Senator.
Mr. President, I just want to talk generally. You see, this is a very good issue. That's pointing out something that's going on. Many of us have been crying of marginalization. Many of us have cried on several issues where North completely was neglected. And I'm sure this may not be the end. Mr. President, No, I want you to hear this story. You are the policy makers. I want to draw the attention of the makers of the Renewed Hope agenda. I want them to bear in mind that every part of this country is part of Nigeria, and every part of this country deserves infrastructural development. It is not wise in allocating resources to sometimes over-allocate to one zone at the expense of other zones. Here on this floor, I talk about the way Northeast was completely neglected in terms of road infrastructure, where trillions are being spent on some section of the country, no cover is being spent in the Northeast. We said it. We also raised the issue of agriculture, where money was being allocated to some zones, and our zone was not there. So, Mr. President is for Nigeria, and it's for other Nigerians. The makers of this Renewed Hope agenda should be advised to bear in mind the diversity and the necessity to cover every section of this country in allocated resources. It's not only this one. There are so many areas, and that if we want to go through one by one, we will continue to debate. So I think there's general need for them to review their position and ensure that every part of this country, whether southeast, southwest, south, northeast, we all need development, and we need to be allocated adequately and fairly and equitably in whatever they do. That's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. I have just issue is something that can be dealt with administratively. I told him that we can call the minister, talk to him, or the DG budget, that there's an omission here, and that will be corrected. Because as human beings, we cannot be perfect all the time. It could be a genuine omission, right? So, and it is on that premise that the leader just approached me now. We've taken it upon ourselves, the leadership will interface with the relevant, office of the executive arm of the government so that we can resolve this issue. It's not something, it's our government. And we have a president that listens to, the plight of his people. We have never gone to him to ask for anything of this kind of thing. this kind of thing without, getting resolved immediately. Somebody who listens. And even the ministers, they always listen. Whatever we bring to them that are in the interest of the nation, they listen and get that done. So let us not over debate this matter. We have just consulted. We'll, go ahead and meet the relevant office to sort out this matter. What we need is result, to see that there's equity in the distribution of the wealth of this country. And we know the government is doing very much in respect to that. So please, let's not overflow this issue. Leader, can you just wait 1 or 2 words so that we get this in line with what is discussed with you right now, so that we can move ahead?
Well, thank you, Mr. President, and we heard ourselves very clearly and very loudly as well. And I believe it's an issue that can be debated all day, because in every geopolitical zone that you turn to, there will be one issue or the other that they would have wished were handled differently. My own humble appeal to our colleagues, and by way of also a motion, is to say that we step down further consideration of this motion to allow time for the leadership of this Senate to interface with the Honorable Minister of Water Resources. Luckily, the mover of this motion, Distinguished Senator Engineer Kenneth Emeka Eze, is the one coordinating for us right now the Senate Committee on Water Resources. So he's the deputy chairman, and as far as I'm concerned, we also work with him and his committee in interfacing with the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, and then we'll revert back to this house. I so move.
So you move for the. Those in favor of the motion moved by the leader in order to resolve this issue amicably and the best manner possible, that this motion be stood down. Those in favor, and seconded by the minority leader, those in favor, please say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. Elite of Senate.